Right. So today we're taking a deep dive into TikTok.
TikTok.
You got it.
Kind of.
You sent over like a ton of info about it.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of like go through it and see what's interesting.
Yeah, it's a fascinating platform for sure. A lot going on.
It really is.
Yeah.
So like TikTok
Yeah.
back in 2018,
Mm.
I feel like that's when it kind of like
Yeah.
exploded.
Yeah.
But for people who like maybe aren't that familiar with it, can you kind of break down what it is, what makes it special?
So at its core, it's short form video, 15 seconds to a minute.
Okay.
Really designed to be these quick hits of content, and a big part of it is something called the For You page.
The FYP.
Or FYP, yeah, exactly.
I hear about this magical FYP.
Yeah, so it's basically an algorithm-driven feed that surfaces content that it thinks you'll like.
So it knows what I want to watch before I even do.
It's pretty good at it, yeah.
Yeah.
The algorithm looks at everything you watch. You know, do you like it? Do you comment on it? How long do you watch it for? And all that data gets fed into the algorithm, and it personalizes your feed.
Interest.
And that's really a big part of why it's so addictive.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly getting this content that you're interested in.
Right.
And imagine you're scrolling through, dozens of TikToks in the time that you'd watch one YouTube video.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that instant gratification.
Yeah.
So I know TikTok, it started out, I remember like a lot of dancing videos, a lot of like lip syncing videos.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, it's evolved way beyond that now.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that people are creating in 2024?
Yeah, I mean, it's so diverse now. You see comedy, you see cooking tutorials,
Yeah.
educational content, like people explaining astrophysics, even DIY videos.
Really?
Yeah, like quick fixes around the house. It's pretty incredible.
Wow. So it really has become like a platform for anything.
It feels like everyone's found their niche on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
And speaking of niches, you've also shared some information on like what's trending.
Oh, yeah.
Like what's hot on TikTok right now?
What's hot?
What are people talking about?
Well, one thing that always strikes me is how TikTok creates these viral catchphrases.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like suddenly everyone's using them. Like, do you remember Chuji from last year?
Yeah.
It was everywhere. And then this year, from the articles you sent, there's this phrase, very demure, very mindful.
Okay.
It's from a creator called Jules LeBron.
Okay.
And it's just another example of how TikTok can take a phrase and just make it part of, like, mainstream culture.
Yeah, it's amazing how like a platform built on these short videos can have such a big impact on like language.
Yeah.
Like these trends.
Definitely.
What else is trending?
Well, animal content is always huge. I mean,
Of course.
who doesn't love cute animals, right?
Right.
This year there's Moodeng.
Who's mooding?
Moodeng is this adorable pygmy hippo from Thailand. And then there's Pesto, the king penguin from Australia.
Okay, a penguin.
A penguin, yeah.
That's so cute.
So they've both gone viral.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's interesting like how TikTok can take like these animals from different parts of the world
Yeah.
and they become like these global sensations.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's not even just about cuteness.
Okay.
These trends can actually raise awareness about conservation or animal welfare.
That's true.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, like it could be this force for good in a way
Yeah,
that you might not expect.
definitely.
Now, it's not all cute animals, though. I know you mentioned educational content is also on the rise.
Oh, yeah, for sure. TikTok has become this, like, unlikely platform for learning.
Interesting.
Like, people are sharing coding skills, financial literacy tips.
Really?
There's even an astrophysicist who breaks down complex topics in these bite-sized videos.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing to see.
That's so cool. It's like making education accessible to like anyone with a smartphone.
Yeah, totally. And it's way more engaging than those old textbooks,
Right, yeah.
that a lot of us grew up with.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we can't forget about the challenges.
The challenges, oh yeah, those are still huge, right?
Oh, yeah, they're still a big part of what makes TikTok so engaging.
Yeah.
You've got the dance challenges, you've got the challenges that encourage people to do good deeds.
Right.
They really bring people together.
Yeah, they do. They create like this sense of community.
Exactly. They tap into that desire to be part of something bigger.
Yeah.
And of course, some of them are just really fun to watch.
Right.
So it's a big part of how TikTok builds that community and
Yeah.
keeps people coming back for more.
So we've got these addictive algorithms. We've got all this different content. We've got these trends and catchphrases and challenges.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it paints a pretty fascinating picture of what's happening on TikTok right now.
It does, and it's a platform that's constantly evolving.
Right.
It's always finding new ways to grab our attention. But I guess the question is,
Yeah.
why is it so addictive? Why is it so hard to put down?
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, our listener, what keeps you scrolling? What is it about TikTok that just keeps you coming back for more?
It really is like that. Just one more video and then suddenly it's 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling.
But like we got to talk about the other side of that, right? Like the potential downsides.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when we think about younger users. You send over some stuff about the risks.
Right.
What are like the main things that parents and educators should be aware of when it comes to TikTok?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is exposure to inappropriate content.
Right.
I mean, TikTok tries to moderate the content that he have these filters,
Yeah.
but things slip through the cracks.
It's like a cat and mouse game, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like people will use hashtags that seem innocent,
Okay.
but then they lead to videos that are totally not okay for kids.
That's scary.
It is. It's definitely something to be aware of.
Yeah, like it makes you realize that parents have to be so careful about what their kids are watching, who they're interacting with online.
Absolutely.
But it's not just like the content itself, right? There's also the risk of cyberbullying.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge problem on any social media platform.
Right.
And TikTok is no exception.
Yeah, because it's so interactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And while that can be great for connecting with people,
Yeah.
it also creates opportunities for negativity and harassment.
Right.
So it's crucial for parents to talk to their kids about online behavior. Make sure they feel comfortable coming forward if something's wrong.
Right. Like they need to know they can come to you if they experience cyberbullying.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, beyond like content and interactions,
Yeah.
there's also the issue of privacy.
Privacy. Yeah, that's a big one.
You know, I know TikTok has faced some scrutiny over their data collection.
Definitely.
And that could be especially worrying when it comes to kids.
Yeah, I mean, kids might not really understand what it means to share personal information online.
Right.
And TikTok's data practices can be pretty complex.
Yeah.
So it's really important for parents to understand what data is being collected, how it's being used, and to have those conversations with their kids about being careful about what they share.
Right. Like that whole thing about once it's online,
Yeah.
it's hard to get rid of it.
It is.
So true.
So very true.
Okay, but let's talk about addiction.
Okay.
Like we've talked about how addictive those algorithms are.
Right.
And how easy it is to get sucked into that endless scroll.
Yeah.
Is that something that parents should be concerned about?
Definitely. I mean, TikTok is designed to keep you engaged.
Right.
Those short videos, they're really compelling.
They are.
But the problem is it can lead to excessive screen time, which can affect sleep, schoolwork, physical activity.
Yeah, it's all connected, right?
Yeah, exactly. And for young people whose brains are still developing,
Right.
too much screen time can be really concerning.
So what can parents do?
Well,
Is there any advice?
yeah, so TikTok does offer some safety features that parents can use, like the family pairing feature.
Okay, what's that?
So it lets parents link their own TikTok account with their child's account. And that gives them more control over things like content restrictions, screen time limits.
Okay.
So it's a good starting point.
Yeah, like it gives parents a little bit more control.
Right.
Without having to like constantly monitor everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But I imagine like beyond the technical features, there's also like the broader conversation about online safety.
Absolutely. Education is key here. Parents need to have honest conversations with their kids about the potential risks.
Okay.
Emphasize things like privacy, responsible sharing, reporting inappropriate content.
Yeah.
It's not just about setting rules.
Right.
It's about giving them the tools to make good decisions themselves.
I like that it's about empowering them
Exactly.
to be like responsible digital citizens
Yeah.
instead of just like trying to shut them out from the online world. Right.
And it's important to remember these conversations, they're not one and done.
Yeah.
It's about having an ongoing dialogue.
Right.
Checking in regularly, seeing how they're feeling, what they're experiencing.
That's so important because things change so fast.
They do.
Like what might be safe today might be different tomorrow.
Yeah. And parents need to stay engaged and informed.
They do. Definitely.
So we've talked about the risks,
Right.
like some things that parents can do.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything parents can do to encourage their kids to use TikTok in like a more positive way?
Definitely. So encourage them to think about the content they're consuming
Okay.
and creating, guide them towards educational content,
Yeah.
creators who inspire them,
Yeah.
maybe even help them create their own positive videos.
Right.
TikTok can be a great tool for self-expression learning, connecting with others.
It's all about how you use it.
Yeah.
Instead of just passively consuming content, they can be active participants.
Yeah.
Use it as a platform to share their passions, learn new skills, even make a positive impact.
Totally. It's like turning those potential risks into opportunities for
Yeah.
growth and creativity.
It's about finding that balance, enjoying the fun stuff,
Right.
but also being aware of the downsides and empowering kids to be responsible.
Okay, so we've talked about TikTok's rise, the trends, the risks, the strategies for responsible use.
Yeah.
But there's another side to this platform that we haven't touched on yet, and that's its power as a marketing tool.
Oh, yeah.
You shared some articles about how businesses are using TikTok
Right.
to reach new audiences and build their brands.
Definitely.
So it seems like TikTok's not just for dancing teens anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that, like, a platform known for dance trends could become like this marketing powerhouse.
I know, it's wild.
But I guess it makes sense when you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
TikTok is where, like, all the young people are hanging out.
Right.
And businesses are always trying to figure out how to reach Gen Z.
Yeah.
So how are they doing it? What makes TikTok different from other social media when it comes to marketing?
Well, it seems like that old school advertising just doesn't really work on TikTok.
Like the really in-your-face stuff?
Yeah, like, buy this product. People can spot that from a mile away.
Especially younger people.
Yeah, they're looking for something more authentic.
Right. They don't want to feel like they're being sold to.
Exactly.
So how are brands adapting to that?
Well, one of the big things is influencer marketing.
Okay, influencer marketing.
Yeah, so partnering with creators who already have a big following allows brands to tap into that audience.
Right.
It's like getting a recommendation from a friend,
Yeah.
which is always more persuasive
It is.
than some random ad.
But doesn't that feel risky for brands, though? Like putting their image in the hands of these TikTokers?
Yeah, it can be, but that's why brands are being a lot more careful about who they choose to work with.
Makes sense.
They're looking for creators who align with their values and have a genuine connection with their followers.
Right. It's not just about, like, how many followers they have.
No, not anymore. It's about finding the right fit. And the research you sent mentioned Guess's #InMyDenim campaign.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, as a good example of this.
Yeah, everyone was posting videos of themselves, like, styling their jeans.
Exactly.
It was fun.
It felt more like a trend than a marketing campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you want.
So it's like they're making marketing part of the entertainment.
Yeah, they're making it feel organic
I like that.
and authentic.
Okay, so influencer marketing, that's one thing. What else are brands doing?
Well, branded hashtag challenges are another popular strategy.
The hashtag challenge.
Yeah, you know those?
Oh, yeah, those are everywhere on my FYP.
Exactly. They're everywhere, and they're really effective.
Why is that?
Well, when done well, a hashtag challenge can go viral.
Okay.
You get millions of views. It creates a buzz.
So it's like turning marketing into a game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so smart.
It's all about making it fun.
Okay. But even with these more creative approaches, I'm guessing brands are still doing, like, traditional ads on TikTok?
Oh, yeah. Of course, they still have paid advertising options. But even the ads on TikTok tend to be more engaging than what you might see on other platforms.
Okay.
Like, they're designed to blend in with the feed,
Interesting.
so they feel more like native content.
So it's like TikTok is forcing advertisers to up their game.
Yeah, they have to be more creative.
Yeah.
They can't just rely on those old formulas anymore.
Right, like they have to make ads that people actually want to watch,
Exactly.
not just skip through. Now, besides paid ads and influencer partnerships, there's also, like, organic content, right?
Right. So building a strong presence on TikTok means creating high-quality videos
Yeah.
that resonate with your target audience.
And I see some brands doing this really well.
Oh, yeah.
Like Duolingo with their language learning videos. They're always so funny.
Yeah, they're great.
Or Gymshark with their fitness content. Like, they've really figured out how to create content that people actually enjoy.
They understand the platform. They know their audience.
They're not afraid to experiment.
And they're having fun.
Right.
Which is important.
So what do you think the future holds for TikTok?
Well, based on what I've read, it seems like it's going to continue to be this major force, like shaping trends, driving conversations, influencing everything from music to fashion to food to technology.
Wow.
We're probably going to see even more innovation in areas like AR.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, and live shopping.
It's kind of hard to imagine where it'll be in like 5 or 10 years.
I know, it's moving so fast.
It's everywhere already.
It is.
But as TikTok keeps growing, it's going to have to address those safety and privacy concerns.
Yeah, definitely. Those are going to be crucial for maintaining user trust and making sure the platform stays successful.
So true. It's like that whole thing about with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
Well, I think we've covered a lot today.
We have.
We've talked about TikTok's rise, the trends, the risks, the strategies for responsible use, and its power as a marketing tool.
Yeah, it's been quite a deep dive.
It's been fascinating.
Yes.
And to our listener, we'll leave you with this final thought.
Okay.
As TikTok continues to evolve, what role do you see it playing in your own life? How will you engage with it as it grows and changes?
That's a good question.
It is. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of TikTok.
It was fun.
We'll be back soon with another one.